Now to introduce our keynote speaker at this convocation, Mr. Ajit Andhare, the Chief Operating Officer at Viacom 18 Studios, I would like to invite the Dean of Whistling Woods International, Mr. Ravi Gupta.
We heard the chief speaker, and I'm now delighted to introduce the keynote address by Ajit Andhare. What a fabulous career he has had. Ajit started as an engineer. He graduated out of the National Institute of Technology, and thereafter he went on to do his management at the ISB. He then joined Hindustan Levers, where being an engineer, he actually handled a whole lot of engineering projects, setting up greenfield new factories. What an amazing kind of an experience. And he also has handled marketing with Unilever, where he was rated as among the most distinguished marketeers, not only in India, but also in Asia Pacific area. Now, one would have expected that he had everything going and everything that parents want, everything that a person wants to work with the top multinationals and being in such a position. But he decided that's not where he wanted to be. He wanted to be where all you guys want to be. He burnt his bridges, and then, as Javed Saab said, the force of the river. That's what he demonstrated, and he just went ahead, not knowing where the samudra is or where the ocean is. And he set up a company called Colosseum. Colosseum was then a startup company, and the only thing that he had going was his love for music. He's a tabla player, a piano player, he's a writer, a poet, and he had that confidence in himself कि मुझे कुछ करना है और कुछ creative करना है. And with that force that Javed Saab spoke so eloquently about, he made such a huge success of Colosseum, bringing out shows like MTV Roadies, MTV Splitsvilla, MasterChef, and so on. And then in 2013, he sold off his company and joined Viacom 18 Studios. And what a remarkable performance he showed there. He had what I call as a Midas touch of production. He produced films like Bhag Milka Bhag, Padmavat, Mary Kom, Toilet Ek Prem Katha. Amazing films, and won 6 national awards for the best feature film. Now that is something that is really unimaginable. It's not just 6 national awards, but 6 national awards for the best feature films. So hats off. He saw the digital revolution coming and set up for Viacom 18 Studios Tipping Point, which was their digital content creation space. And there he produced a whole lot of programs like Jamtara and She and Taj Mahal 1989 and many more. So here is a man with a Midas touch. And if you all want to learn about production, or if you all want to have a creative idea, the man to go to is Ajit Andhare. And I would only say one final thing, that Ajit is a marathon runner, so we have only seen the beginning of what he has done. We are looking forward to a lot more from you, Ajit. All the very best. The students would love to hear you.
When Subhashji told me this script over a phone, of course he did not share the full script. And only later I discover that there is Javed Saab and there is Pankaj Saab. And I felt that there is no place for me to be on this podium, first of all. I should be in the audience if they are coming, what is there to speak? I thought today my job is the hardest because after they have spoken, what can I tell you all? But I feel for Ravi really, because I think his job is harder than me. He had to introduce an absolute no one like me after these legends, and I must say what a job he has done, and he is a great storyteller. So hats off. I think a lot of what I wanted to say actually has already been said, but I still want to be true to what have been my felt experiences and what I have felt strongly, because I have in some sense seen these two worlds that we touched upon. You know, Javed Saab referred to the organized world, right, where there are steps and there are paths, and you need to still work hard and do well, but at least there is a path. And then there is this world, the world of showbiz, the performance arena, where each gladiator is faced with an animal which he does not know will come from where, and he has to respond and find some force within himself to, you know, do something on his own to just survive. So I think the first thing I want to say is, all of you students who have chosen this path, first of all, recognize that this is a huge privilege. This is a country which is madly in love with storytelling and cinema. But a very few people actually have the wherewithal, the ability, the passion, the spark to actually take that responsibility and walk this path. The fact that you could have been accountants, lawyers, doctors, engineers, indeed hotel managers, but you actually chose to be here in the Whistling Woods and choose this tough arena, I think that possibly is the most important thing which you will need to guard, nurture and really preserve. क्योंकि ये इश्क नहीं है आसान, समझ लीजिए आग का दरिया है और डूब के जाना है, you know. And you know, in this arena what happens is, while you may have that force of the river at the very beginning, Gangotri at the Udgam where you are starting today, the starting line, you know, we're all pumped up and we are ready to go. But you know, performance arena is something which can exhaust you, which can put you down. You will face rejections when you go to industry. You may find that you're the most, you know, passionate about some idea, some script, but you cannot find another person who's ready to back it, or you cannot find another person who even shares that sentiment. I think at that point, you will have to remember that very spark, that very sense of passion, you know, that volition which brought you here, and that's going to be what you will have to keep alive, you know. And it's even true in sports. Today, see what's happening to likes of Virat Kohli. Even after achieving such great success, today there is yet another performance that he has to deliver, you know. There is a Rohit Sharma who's struggling to justify why he exists after such a successful journey, you know. We have all heard about R.D. Burman, who after a kind of legendary body of work, still wanted to prove himself in that last film. And I believe he didn't kind of, you know, live long enough to see and witness the success. So I think it's important to remind yourself, this is an arduous path, but you already have the biggest ingredient that is needed to walk this path, and that is your fire, your passion, your spark. You will need to keep it alive. इस लॉ को बुझने मत देना, जितनी भी कोशिश कर ले जमाना, because जमाना यही करेगा, पर आपको उस लॉ को जिंदा रखना है, okay? If there is one lesson you want to take away from your convocation, take this, because this will make you pick yourself up in the moments when you are down. That's the first thing I wanted to say. The second thing is, nothing short of excellence works here. So you have to really set your ambition very high. You have to set your course by the stars, not by the light of the passing ship. What I mean by that is, many of you may be good, you will do good work, but that may not be good enough. This is a very vast country, and the amount of talent it has. Just go and walk into any reality show and you will see the amount of talent which is, just on display. So I think what you will need to do is be very hard on yourself on the aspect of excellence. If you want to dance, then your standard has to be Hrithik Roshan. If you want to write, your standards have to be Gulzar and Javed Akhtar. Nothing less will do. And there, please don't be easy on yourself, because the world will not be easy. Okay? Those are the benchmarks and the standards that you will have to emulate, not for achieving anything, but first of all, being considered worthy enough to get your chance. So set your dreams very high, aim very high, and set your course to the light of the stars. That's important. The third thing I want to tell you about is, you're all starting out together in one line, but many of you will end up in different places. And that's what I call, maybe it's the engineer in me who looks back, what is the slope of your life's graph, and what determines that slope? I think if there is only one thing which determines the slope of your life's graph, it is the amount of risks that you will take. Okay. Mostly it's very hard to actually take the risk that you're prepared to take. But here you will have to go even further. जितनी risk आप ले सकते हैं, उससे ज़्यादा risk आपको लेनी पड़ेगी. Whether it comes to the idea that you're developing, whether it comes to the ambition that you're setting for yourself, you will have to take great risks, because in this field, the greatest rewards only come to those who will take the greatest of risks. Let me give you the example of someone who's really burst on the scene. Look at Sandeep Vanga Reddy, The gentleman has got 3 films, And what are they? They are Arjun Reddy, they are Kabir Singh, and they are Animal. This is the journey of a phoenix. This is the kind of journey you should aim for. Look at the risks he has taken. Look at the amount of names that he has got called. And look at the amount of revulsion his work causes into many people. But that is what is originality. I think even beyond excellence, what an artist must strive for is originality. And I think if you are able to achieve that holy grail of originality, I think you will really improve your chances of succeeding in the industry. So that's the number 3 I want to tell you. Take more risks than what you could imagine. All the films that I have succeeded with personally, I was really petrified about those risks. When we made Bhag Milkha, we were not telling the story of the most popular sports person in this country. We were not talking of cricket. We were talking of an almost forgotten old gentleman called Milkha Ji, and a sport nobody cared about. And it featured Farhan Akhtar after he had delivered a film called Karthik Calling Karthik. Now talk about risks. There is nothing to go for in this. But there was something that we were betting on. And that spark was that great story, the graph of this man who saw his parents die in front of his eyes and goes on to conquer the world. And that gave us the confidence and the passion. So there is something that spark, and that is something you have to find yourself, which will propel you. But take the risks, only then you will end up at a place where you can't even imagine. I mean, look at the kind of journeys Javed Saab has had, or Pankaj Ji has had, even Subhash Ji has had. I mean, the kind of risks that they have taken, I think that is often discounted, because when we see them achieve what they have achieved, we completely discount the kind of arduous risks they took, the amount of things that were at stake. And recently the documentary has come out on Roshans, and that again gives you the life lesson of how important it is to take a risk. When Hrithik was launched in this film, everything was at stake for that entire family, So don't cut back on that aspect. Go full hog in that, immerse yourself and take risks. That's the nature of this beast. So that's the third thing I want to tell you. The next thing that I'm going to tell you sounds very strange to talk on a convocation day. But I want to say that because I have done that myself. I started off as an engineer, then did an MBA and all that. Never take your degree seriously, you know. Never take your degree seriously. It's a label, okay? Of course you learn something. All of that is great. I'm not discounting the value of education. But what I'm saying is, take your learning very, very seriously, not your degree, you know. Learning is completely different. When you've forgotten everything that you've learned at school and what is left, that's your real education, that's your learning. Those are the first principles, things that you carry within yourself. I mean, you've had, of course, great teachers here. You've had a fantastic advantage that there is a nursery of, you know, of a kind that Whistling Woods is. But if I had to ask you, who do you think is the example of the greatest teacher, say in a Mahabharata, what your answer would be? What is it a most likely answer it's going to be? Anyone? Sorry? Dronacharya, right? Now that's what typically people think. I have a story to tell you, and that story is the story of Eklavya, which mostly you will know, but I'll very briefly repeat. He, of course, wanted to learn from the best teacher. He went to him. The teacher said, I can't teach you because of the institutional framework. So he went back. He put together a clay statue of Dronacharya. And what the bugger did next is actually forgotten about this lore. He taught himself to be as good as the graduate of Dronacharya's Whistling Woods, Arjun. So be Eklavya. You know, Subhaji also alluded to this. Today, with the kind of avenues available to you, and if you have that fire within yourself, you are your best teacher. Nobody can teach you better than you yourself. And nowhere this applies more than showbiz. You have to learn it by yourself. You have to absorb. You have to observe. You have to relentlessly practice the craft. You have to keep falling. But you have to take the onus of teaching yourself, not for 4 years, not for 6 years. Forget all those degrees, forget institutions. You have to do this forever. And that's what keeps these legends, these gentlemen, alive, flaming, and producing this kind of work, you know, which inspires us to this age. So be Eklavya, keep blazing like Eklavya, and be your best teacher, take responsibility. In fact, this is getting easier with the amount of stuff out there on the digital, and with AI coming in. I mean, the genie is already there. All you need to do is become the Aladdin, you know, take the trouble of rubbing the lamp, and you have the power within yourself. So that's the fifth thing I want to tell you. I promise I'll end soon once I run out of my list. But now that I've taken up the task, I'm going to finish this as well. The last thing I want to say, or maybe the second last thing, is this is something I'm feeling increasingly where I sit, where I deal with a lot of incoming material, I deal with a lot of writing, a lot of talent. You know, there is something which is going wrong with Bombay. Bombay used to be this, you know, river which used to receive from all sorts of corners of the country. The way I'm increasingly seeing Bombay is just getting reduced to Bandra, Juhu. It is becoming such a small bubble which is collapsing in itself. We cannot produce characters like Pushpa. We cannot produce characters like the character of Ranbir in Animal. What has gone wrong with us? And I've been thinking deeply about this question. And I think that's to do with our alienation. Okay. This city is alienating itself. This city was a microcosm of the country, you know. यहाँ की ज़ुबान उर्दू और हिंदी लोग हिंदी आर्टलैंड से सीख के आते थे और राइटर्स वो लोग होते थे. यहाँ जो लोग फिल्म इंडस्ट्री में काम करते थे वो पूरे देश का तजुर्बा लेके यहाँ आते थे. Increasingly what is happening is we are alienating ourselves from our roots. And that is why you see all the films from South, and I'm not looking at South as some other being, it's a part of our industry, but there is a lesson here. Why is it that the makers from South have got such strong conviction, such strong connect, and such strong characters, while we seem to be only talking to a smaller and smaller segment? The biggest challenge for a storyteller is relevance. You will still tell great stories, but if you're going to be only relevant to your friends, your neighbors, or 3 campuses around Andheri, then you're not going to be able to tell the kind of mammoth film Subhashji made or what Salim Javed wrote. It cannot happen. You have to get connected with this country. Your institute has a beautiful name, and I think that name is a big learning in itself. It's called Whistling Woods. Now, what is the biggest whistling woods? The biggest whistling wood around you is your own country. There's so much of music, there is so much of diversity, there is so much of culture out there in the country. Are you going and experiencing all that? Have you ever gone and sat, let's say, at the top of the bus the way, let's say, Shah Rukh sat in Swadesh? Have you gone and swum in a village river? Have you been to a village? How many of you have gone and seen films in single screen in Ghaziabad, in Varanasi, or down south? Go there. Experience these things, and you will actually nurture your artistic soul. These are the things which actually open your mind and bring you in connect with what the country is, what your audience is, because you're going to produce it for the audience. And you cannot isolate yourself in smaller and smaller echo chambers. You need to go out there. You need to connect with the country. You need to feel why does folk music have some kind of a life longevity that you just cannot explain? Why does the village mud smells in a particular way? I'm telling you, it actually does. You go there and you will discover this for yourselves. Prasoon uses a beautiful term for this. It's called Anubhut Satti. Your experienced truth. If your experiences are going to be limited, if they are going to be in malls and multiplexes, then your artistic soul will also be limited by only those experiences. So yes, please go to Coldplay and enjoy all those millions of bands and all of those stars which they have been creating electronically. But you can also go to Kumbh, because that is also a phenomenally organic and rare experience. And I say this because that's exactly what I have felt. I cannot see soul and connect going out of Mumbai's scripts the way I see it, and that's what I've been feeling of late. That whenever I hear a narration from South, I am moved, I feel authenticity, but when I see a script coming out from here, I feel, yeah, it's good. But where is that connect that I just heard in a script down South? You guys should change that. We have to reclaim Mumbai. We have to be the place which continues to throb as the heartbeat of cinema of this country. So let's learn from what South is teaching us. Let's revitalize our artistic souls. Let's be more complete human beings. Okay, let's not just get lost in the social streams of a small cell phone. Lastly, remember that success is not final. And failure is not fatal. I think the other trouble we've experienced in this industry is that we are constantly troubled by the waves of, these two things, success and failure. I think Sachin Tendulkar never took on cricket because he would get this massive endorsement one day, I don't think Kishore Kumar ever took to singing because he thought he's going to get famous. I don't think Javed Sahab did what he did because he was looking for success. I think it's the path that you've chosen to live your life as a certain way. I think that's a very important lesson. It will help you in your tough moments, and that's what it is all about. Live rich, live well, and don't get so weighed down by success or failure. You never know. These things will come at you in different ways, but it's important for you to live rich. That is what counts in the end. Your desire to stay in course is what counts in the end, and that's what should matter more than success or failure. These are great times. As I said, not only the human intelligence is there to the extent that it is already there, is we are standing on the shoulders of giants. We have the benefit of all that's been done prior to us, but there is also AI. And I think we as a generation which is facing this truth, this is our truth, we cannot escape it. I think the only thing we can do is try and see how we can help ourselves, help our own cause. And I think in this, I can tell you that you guys have a distinct advantage, which maybe the other batches did not have. You already will know more and will actually know how to use these tools much better than the companies or the producers or the other old uncles like me who are going to receive you, okay? So you already have that power. Use that. Use that to improve your output. And some of us who come from a slightly previous age are actually secretly hoping we don't know this shit. We hope these guys know it. Okay? So don't let institutions con you. They don't know anything. This is new for everyone. But you are at an age where you can learn it far better and actually show the path as to how it can be productively be used. So I'd like to finish. I've taken a lot of your time. All these gentlemen are waiting. So ultimately, this day is about you guys, and you're off to a great journey. Today is your day. Your mountain is waiting. Go, get on your way. Thank you.